What's going on, Nerd Squad? It's your boy Johnny Rodgers here, hosting today for you on the greatest nerd channel of them all. So if you happen to be new here, we post daily content on all things nerdy for your entertainment. So to never miss another video, tap that subscribe button. Plus, make sure you stay all the way to the end because you won't believe the power in our #1 spot. Whew, so powerful, you're not gonna believe it. Professor Eobard Thawne was a scientist and criminal in the 25th century and had an odd fascination with the Flash. His research of the Speed Force ultimately led him to acquire similar powers to his idol, and therefore referring to himself as Reverse Flash. It's also important to note that most of these powers are things that not even the Flash himself can do. Now before we get started, don't forget to leave us a comment down below with which Speed Force power is your favorite, and while you ponder that, let's jump right into the top 10 superpowers you didn't know Reverse Flash actually has. In at number 10, faster than the Flash. For those of you who are unaware, one of Reverse Flash's greatest powers that he leans on when fighting with his nemesis is speed, which seems surprising considering the fact that Barry Allen is arguably still considered the fastest man alive. Due to Thawne creating his own negative version of the Speed Force, it made it possible to tap into powers that most speedsters can't even reach. One of those is superhuman speed, faster than the fastest man alive himself. His ability to move at such great speeds gives him the power of superhuman force as well, meaning a punch to the Flash at Reverse Flash top speed would be devastating. In at number 9, sense alternate realities. In the events that led up to Flashpoint, what seemed at first to be a doppelganger of the Flash turned out to be another version of Barry Allen with the codename Hot Pursuit. The only way we as an audience could have discovered this though was by way of Reverse Flash's power. Reverse Flash has the unique ability of being able to sense whether or not people are from an alternate reality. Sounds a bit pointless, but it actually came in handy. All of the universes in the DCU vibrate at different frequencies, and when New Barry arrived, Reverse Flash could sense this. Eobard knew that Hot Pursuit was from an alternate reality just by feeling that he was vibrating at a different frequency than his own. In at number 8, age alteration. Age alteration, a power that we all wish we could have as we got older, and in the beginning of the Flashpoint series we were able to see this power put on full display. At first Eobard was believed to be gone, but he was actually just disguising himself as a child the whole time. When he realized that the Speed Force is simply made up of time, he could tap into this and use it to his advantage. With this unparalleled knowledge, Eobard could control time and even use it however he pleased. Now he could de-age himself or even steal time from his enemies. In at number 7, the Sonic Snap. In the Flash Rebirth miniseries, Reverse Flash made a comeback in a big way and absolutely terrorized the Flash family while doing it. As we've learned so far, the negative Speed Force comes with all of these different abilities, and some the Flash fam were absolutely not even prepared for. To make matters worse, he got a few pointers from the evil speedster villain Zoom. After being chased by Kid Flash and Max Mercury, Eobard took a moment to stop his assailants in their tracks by simply snapping his fingers. That little snap isn't used often by Reverse Flash, but man, when he did, it knocked the hero into next week. The Sonic Snap is so strong it completely bowls over even the fastest of enemies chasing him. Plus it most likely causes huge ripples in reality itself. In at number 6, change his eye color. This may not be his strongest superpower per se, but Eobard Thawne's ability to change his eye color to red certainly sets him apart from all of the other Flash characters. As a villain, just changing his eyes to that bright red makes everything he says and does that much more menacing. Eobard can do this by concentrating his red lightning and focusing its effects towards his eyes, which gives off that evil look. You gotta admit those red eyes do add a lot to the comic book pages, and even though it's not a physically useful power, it does get the message across that he means business. In at number 5, duplicate himself. We got to see a bit of this superpower on display in the CW's Flash series as well as DC's Legends of Tomorrow.
Too slow, Miss Lance. Far too slow.
This power is also referred to as time remnants or temporal duplicates. Due to his metahuman time travel abilities, it's possible for Eobard to rupture time in such a way that he brings forth copies of himself that have been preserved in the Speed Force. Again, a lot of his power comes by way of him being able to tap into that negative Speed Force, unleashing its true potential. These aren't just your regular duplicates though. Reverse Flash can create doppelgangers that can actually communicate with other people. Scary stuff. In at number 4, break protective auras. Going back to the Flash Rebirth miniseries in issue number 4, we saw the Reverse Flash unleash some more surprising powers. The Speed Force provides this powerful aura of protection that keeps them safe from all of the harsh effects that come with moving that fast. What they weren't expecting though was that a villain would come along and just smash right through that. Because the common Speed Force that the Flash family draws from is positive, that meant that Eobard's negative Speed Force was more than capable of a countermeasure. As he's fighting with Jay Garrick, Jay tried to take off only to have Reverse Flash to come up behind him and push him forwards, breaking through his protective aura and severely burning Jay in the process. In at number 3, erase people from existence. All of the Flash family that operate with the Speed Force have the ability to travel through time, but as we saw with Barry Allen and Flashpoint, they experience time travel with a lot more consequences. Again, this goes back to the differences between positive and negative Speed Force. Just because they experience consequences for time travel doesn't necessarily mean it works the opposite way. Eobard's powers are similar, but allow for much more leeway. His version of time travel introduces much more of a chance to manipulate, even being able to eliminate people from existence with no negative repercussions. In fact, the concept of time and reality will just bend to whatever he did to those timelines, meaning he could erase someone from their reality without anyone ever noticing. In at number 2, Regeneration. The Flash Volume 5 issue number 23 was a shocking testament to how truly powerful Reverse Flash is. At the start of the comic book, Eobard looked to be nothing more than a pile of bones on an examiner's table, but Barry knew it was all a ruse. Even while looking at his enemy's deceased body, he knew that it was just another one of his tricks. Then before the next page, we saw a little spark of life in the eyes of Eobard. By the end of the issue, he had fully regenerated back to his original state and was waiting for Iris West when she got home with Wally. This means that Reverse Flash is able to repair and regenerate entire cells even if he's been dead for a while. Guy's immortal. Last but not least, in our number 1 spot, Retrocognition. This power also became a pivotal part of the Reverse Flash's arsenal and was put on display in the Flash Volume 5 issue number 19. It was the power of memory, but not in the sense that we think of having a good memory. After lightning struck his cell at Iron Heights, Thawne suddenly could remember his entire life before the Flashpoint, which also included memories of Thomas Wayne killing him. The more shocking part about this power was that these memories had been erased from his mind following Flashpoint, yet still when he broke out of his cell, everything came flooding back and now he was more ready than ever to take his revenge. And that has been the top 10 superpowers you didn't know Reverse Flash actually has. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, then show some love by tapping that like and subscribe button. Plus, as always, leave us a comment down below with your thoughts on this list. Do you want to add any more powers? I want to hear them all. I'll be reading them. Don't you worry. And for more videos like this one, just click that playlist on the screen. From Top 10 Nerd, my name is Johnny Rodgers, and until we meet again, take care. And then in the beginning, combining words. Truly unleashing is stupid. This power also became a pivot part. Before the next page, we saw a little sparkle. Choking on the words.